So there I was just this past week, sleeping peacefully, not a care in the world, when my phone went off. I reached over to get it, but the call had ended. I set it back down, not looking to see who it was, figuring whoever it was would either call back if it was important, or if it wasn't, I wouldn't hear back again. And then it rang again. This time I answered the call. It was my wife. She was calling from downstairs. My services were needed. That's right. There was a bat in our house. Hi, my name is Blaine Shields, and welcome to another episode short of Casting Pods. You know, life has a way of throwing things into our path and into our lives that throw us off of our peaceful rest. Sometimes it's a struggle or a trial. Sometimes it's a health issue. Sometimes it's financial changes. Sometimes it's divorce. Sometimes it's employment or the lack thereof. Sometimes it's a change of home. Sometimes it's an unexpected visit. Sometimes it's a pregnancy. And sometimes it's 2020. And yet sometimes still, it's a bat. But how we handle the obstacles in our life is often just as important as the obstacle itself. If you fall into a pit, you have two choices. 1. You can give up and remain in the pit, hoping that someone else will come to rescue you. Or 2. You can start working on how to get yourself out. When there's a bat in your house, you can either panic and fret, or you can take a foldable hamper and safely and humanely capture the little guy off your ceiling and take him back to the outdoors. The problem with panicking, just like the problem with waiting for someone else to rescue you, is there's nothing being done in the meantime. And likely nothing will be done. You will still be stuck in a pit, and a bat will still be hanging from your ceiling. When you fall down, remember, if there's a down, there is also an up. Don't get so focused on the fall that you forget to get back up. And there's no shame in seeking help. But the thing is, you have to seek it. Sadly, too many of us will sleep through your struggle unless you say, "I need help." Had my wife not called, I would not have known the bat was in our house. And if you just sit in the pit, chances are no one will even know you are there. Here's something that each of us needs to keep in mind. We need one another. We need encouragement, hope, and help. We need to be reminded that we're not alone and that we are loved. And as much as we need those things, we also need to let others be those things in our very lives. This means being honest about where we are in life and being open to being both loved and being hurt. Sadly, there are those who will hurt, who will take, and who will walk out of your life, not giving, not helping. But there are also so many more who will not do that. It's a risk. But then again, isn't it a risk catching a bat with a hamper? I'll tell you something, though. Taking that little guy outside and opening the hamper so that he can be free and watching him go ahead and take flight. It was a great feeling. Even the bunny who was in our front yard watching seemed to be impressed. Being a help to someone else is a great reward in and of itself. I highly recommend it to you all. Just like I also recommend that if you're struggling, you need to let people know so that they can be there for you. Stay awesome out there, my friends. This has been a Casting Pods production.